Hello, G.I. Joe fans, and welcome to another kickoff event of Yo Joe June. It's kind of hard to believe that it's already June. It feels like time just absolutely flew by this year.
This year flew by.
Which is a little weird. Time has no meaning anymore, but we're really excited because it's Yo Joe June, and we get to hang out with you guys. So you will get to see an update from us every week for Yo Joe June, which is delightful. Lots of new G.I. Joe news to come, and we are really, really excited to get to show you a lot of the cool stuff that we have been working on. So we've got name-only reveals, we've got digital render reveals, we've got pre-orders, we've got
a smorgasbord.
Oh, beautiful.
Board.
Yes. Oh, somebody in the comments will tell us.
It's a board. Sorry. Hey, it happens. Thank you.
That was beautiful. But we're really excited. You may have seen some news coming out with our kind of favorite band, our band of Vipers, Cold Slither. Some exciting announcements coming out. Actually, yesterday with a press release. So for all of the latest and greatest on Cold Slither, make sure you're checking out the @Cold Slither official social channels with our friend over at RPM, who are absolutely killing it.
Yes.
But I noticed that last time we did a fan stream, you guys waited for me to leave.
What are you talking about?
Then brought out a figure that I said not to announce.
I thought she would never see that.
Right, because it wasn't posted on the internet already.
No, it doesn't live forever now.
So in honor of that, why don't we just show everybody the entire offering so that you can see everything that is going to come with our new Cold Slither Classified Series set that will be available for purchase at San Diego Comic-Con at the Hasbro booth for the first time, with whatever remaining quantities may exist after the show available online at HasbroPulse.com after the event is over.
Let's get after it.
How's that sound? Great. All right.
What do you want to do? You want to do an assembly line kind of deal?
Yeah.
It's a lot of stuff.
There's a lot of parts and pieces of this one. It's a very cool set.
Start with you guys seen already, Mr. Zartan.
What a very practical yellow shade of pant.
That's right. They glow pretty hard in black light. And then we got Ripper just ripping a solo.
Beautiful.
Here we go.
We've learned the hard way that this is it's wonderful to have a turntable, but if you weight it incorrectly, all the figures fall off.
It's brutal.
So I'll just hold the side while
We
we're
got
putting figures on.
We got Torch tickling them keys, and then here's the drum set or the bass drum with the Cold Slither on the front. We did like a matte finish, so it would feel like a drum set. And we should have got a riser, dude. Oh, we should have.
It's fine. Next time.
We got the floor tom. We got the bass pedal. They gotta upgrade to a double bass pedal at some point in time. No, we need to hit those triplets. And then we got our hi-hat. I should have probably showed it to the camera. Hi-hat, look. Yay.
We're still adjusting to our new camera layouts in our streaming studio, so bear with us.
Snare drum.
Look at you just naming all the things.
That's right. And what is that, a splash or something like that? I don't know. Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, let us know.
That's a stool.
Yeah. And then this is... Yes, indeed.
Got
indeed.
one.
All right, and then
Check this guy out.
Mr. Buzzer. Yeah. He's got
on that guy.
He's out of his mind with the crazy pearl necklace, and then we got Cold Slither on the back of his sweet denim jacket.
All new goggles.
Goggles come off.
Fun.
Really fun. I'm super pumped about this set. It's so insane. And to think, we were like, can we even do that? I remember B-Mac was like, you're doing that set.
Yes.
Which was the greatest thing he's ever forced upon us.
I think that to me, San Diego Comic-Con exclusives are an opportunity to do something that's weird and kind of niche.
Oh, yeah.
But like something that may not necessarily perform super well at like a mainline store.
Mm-hmm.
But so to me, this is the perfect San Diego Comic-Con exclusive because it is just weird enough. But also, like, who doesn't want a 6-inch scale drum kit to use across perhaps any of your other lines that are 6-inch scale figures?
The fact that you're saying that, it really lines up with the G.I. Joe line. We are creating a world of the 1/12 scale. And you need a band in a world of, and here it is. And, G.I. Joe provides a lot of awesome source material that allows us to kind of get deep into that collection. So it's really fun for us to create this stuff, and hopefully you guys are having a good time collecting it.
Yeah, and just seeing the toy photography. I
cannot wait.
What people are going to do with these.
Yeah, it's going to be insane.
And what our own photography team, of course, did when you guys start seeing those pictures. Incredible.
Yeah, absolutely incredible.
Over the top, so.
Pictures are coming soon, so you'll be able to see those as we get a little bit closer to launching all of our kind of diorama photography for all of our San Diego Comic-Con items. But this is pretty great. So just as a reminder, this set will be available exclusively at San Diego Comic-Con in the Hasbro booth. with whatever quantities are remaining after the show to be put up online at HasbroPulse.com sometime after the close of the show. Beautiful. Okay, so great. Cold Slither, check. As we are kind of going through our usual cadence, name-only reveals.
Sick.
Do you each want to do one?
Sure.
Okay, great.
Do you mind if I lead us off?
Yeah, please.
So I don't forget it?
Go for it.
All right. Steel Core, Sentry, Defense Post. With Defense Post.
Beautiful.
That was great.
That was
I think I
great.
nailed that one,
You
right?
practiced that one. It was
Let you guys marinate on that one, too. I'm not going to give you any more. But you get that.
The battle will grow.
Oh, perhaps as part of the world of G.I. Joe.
That is
World building,
correct.
Ah,
And
interesting.
speaking of the world, let's go to the desert with the desert scorpion
Oh.
and the pet scorpion.
Ooh.
I can't wait for that one.
That one, I say it all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm going to say.
They're my favorite, too.
Yes.
All right?
Yeah.
All right, so we have our 2 name-only reveals for today. So then we've got 3 digital render reveals. One of them is kind of cheating because it already came out for, I want to say G.I. Joe Day, maybe? Remember how we were saying that time has no meaning? Somebody in the comments will correct me.
Yeah.
But wanted to just
Sure.
kind of recap our Awestriker. Because this thing is incredible.
I don't think we got Lenny's notes on it, right?
We did not get Lenny's notes on the Awestriker.
Yeah.
You're right.
The All-Striker has a removable back roll cage so that you can get a little bit closer to the old school look, but we wanted to make it feel like a more modern, all-terrain military vehicle, and that's what the longer nose on it is actually taken from. The tires on it are very rubber. You can squeeze them and squish them. So we did this. We looked at what RC cars had on their tires and how they're able to mold that, and we're able to push the molding parameters to kind of get a more detailed, gnarly looking tire. It has a communicator or a radio comm on it that actually has a little phone cord, I guess they're called, on the radio, so the figures can actually hold them, just like we did on Law and Order on his vest. We also put in there a coffee cup. It's got a differential on the front so that it can turn side to side. That does not work with the steering wheel, just because of the parameters of fitting the figure inside of it and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
And it also comes with 2 bazookas on top that are removable. It comes with a machine gun on top that can be manned by the 3rd figure in the back with
Perfect.
the optional removable seat.
Very
That is why that removable seat is there, so that somebody can actually be
Nice.
managing the machine gun.
It's like you thought of everything.
It's kind of crazy. Also, it comes with some stow case for your tools on the side, so you can put stuff inside the toolbox, which I thought would be pretty funny, as well as a whole bunch of other little tiny details that we can get into at another day.
Perfect. Sounds fun.
I'm really pumped about it. It's really cool.
If you couldn't tell based on how excited Lenny was talking about that. So more details to come on the Awestriker at a later fan stream. But we have 2 more digital render reveals to show off today. So first off, we have our new addition to our Legacy collection, which is going to be our new police officer.
Oh yeah, the police officer's pretty awesome. He comes with a rain poncho. He also comes with a policeman's hat, as well as he comes with coffee as well. Apparently Joe's having trouble staying awake, I guess.
Everybody needs caffeine.
But
That's
then
fine.
he can also be not upgraded, probably a bad word, but more armored up rather to have a riot mask and shield. We put a lot of detail into that from a deco standpoint. He also comes with a flare gun as well as pistol. Super fun figure. A lot of other details on there, accessories as well, as you can see on the screen. Tony, want to tell him about the paint a little bit, because it's really subtle and gets
Very,
there.
very subtle, but we want to get that right dark, rich blue that the uniforms had. So I know we had experimented with a few different shades, and I think we got there. I'm happy with the result. And of course, the 2 portraits that you get, super happy with the way they came out. The face prints on those look really nice.
And we got a nice matte finish in the latest sample.
Yes.
It's looking really sharp.
Yeah, a lot. As you guys know, kind of the 60th collection leading into this Legacy collection, a lot of mixing and matching, building out those kind of troops or armies or however you want to call it. There's going to be a lot of good variety in there.
Yeah. I can't wait to see people doing urban situations or towns and stuff like that. Again, building out that world and seeing what people do. Because again, you could have a everyday policeman, or you can have a guy that's getting ready to take out some big situation. So it's really fun to see what we will get from this photography from people.
I love it. All right, so that was our second digital render reveal of the day. And last but not least, as represented on Lenny's shirt, that's right, it is our new Renegade, Sergeant Slaughter and Mercer.
So as you can see on the screen, Slaughter, we went more of the Renegades look, of course. We got the bandolier on there. We got more of that kind of like desert camo vibe going on with him. I'm really excited about this figure. Also, you can see he's got a whistle in his mouth. That was Tony's idea. I was like, we need something new.
We were looking for something fresh.
Yeah.
And every picture, every thought I have of Sarge is that whistle dangling.
Yeah.
It's just great to have that secondary piece in there, stuck in there with that chin and that grizzled look. So thank you for executing that.
So thank you for having a great idea. And Matt, our sculptor, did a really good job of executing it.
For sure.
From a construction standpoint. We also have Mercer in the pack. As you guys know, Mercer's like the quintessential Marauder, as you can see there. We went with more of his 80s cartoon look from the movie. We wanted him to feel a little more old school at the same time, still classified up from a design standpoint. And then, of course, you can see in the image all of the weapons they come with.
It's ridiculous.
I was kind of like, we need more weapons.
Yeah.
So we took the opportunity to fill his pack with weapons. My favorite is the grenade launcher.
That thing's massive. It's so good, yeah.
If you're crafty, you can put some of the blast effects in there, and it will look like it's kind of like ka-kunk, shooting out.
Yeah.
It does not make that noise.
No,
you have to make that noise.
No, you have to be a giant man baby and make that noise.
As going with Joe, though, you make those noises.
You make those as you put them on yourself. Ka-kunk.
Yeah.
And that's how you put them down?
Ka-kunk. It's a fresh ka-kunk.
Yeah, but this is an awesome set.
Yeah, and the two portraits for Mercer are sweet.
Yeah.
That like kind of more aggressive look, and I love the shades that you put in with them too. Those orange.
I felt like the missed opportunity with him was the shades, because he had the flat top and the accent. I feel like the shades go perfect with that.
Yeah.
We also put some subtle details on him too. He's got like a spiderweb tattoo on his elbow on the back, which you're not seeing. He's got some cool little details on him to kind of zhuzh him up a little bit.
Beautiful.
But not
hinting at his past
Yeah,
profession.
he was an ex-Viper, right? So he's done some time. He's reformed.
So this was all three of our digital render reveals for today, or digital render reveal recaps for today. So more information on these three items to come later in Yojo June, perhaps at San Diego Comic-Con. We'll find out all together.
All to unfold as Yojo June blossoms.
Ooh, that was beautiful.
You like that?
That was really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
So we have 3 pre-orders that are going to be launching today. I've made no qualms about expressing my love of the glory that is Ninja Force. And so I think, if we don't mind, could we please start with our new Ninja Force 2-pack of Slice and Dice?
I've got no qualms with that.
Excellent.
If I may.
Yes.
Oh.
One of my favorites as a child.
That's fine.
And yet no rooted hair.
You ruined the rooted hair.
Lenny really does not want to do rooted hair for Ninja Force figures, and I think it's funny to just keep kind of antagonizing him about it. But like,
there's plug-in bandanas.
They're beautiful, and it's clearly the right call to not put rooted hair on classified figures. It would look awful. These are such cool figures, and I think that again, as you're talking about all of the accessories and the world building, like, these guys come with so much stuff, and I think it's beautiful because even the named figures that you're doing can kind of translate into a troop builder vibe, and so it's a beautiful set.
I'm happy you mentioned that, because that's kind of part of the design vision of this pack. We wanted to make, again, the 2-pack of Slice and Dice, everybody's favorite Ninja Force ninjas. We went with the theme with dice of going this whole dragon style. If you remember on the package, it said dragon style was his attack. So if you look here, I don't know if the camera can get it, and hopefully they don't fall off the standees, but we put dragon maws on the axes to kind of give him that dragon vibe. And then on Slice, he has a scorpion, because he had scorpion style, so we did scorpion details. There's a scorpion claw on the bottom of his sword. We actually, when we were posing him, the one sword flew somewhere. We don't know where it went. I think we were popping boxes too quickly, so he comes with 2 hook swords, but one...
There's almost 2 of everything here, which is wild. And also just the almost kind of alternate head that almost troop builder had, which is based on a scorpion,
and
it's so cool. The sculpt came out amazing.
Yeah, so we have the scorpion head and we have the dragon head. Now, getting to the troop builder aspect of it, you'll notice that dice has some red details on them. That's on purpose. That's so that you can mix and match their parts to make whatever ninja you'd like to make. So how do you mix and match to make some sort of cool Ninja Force troop builder to really play out that huge ninja battle that I love seeing the Instagrams of when they get like 25 blue ninjas and Storm Shadow just wrecking them.
Yes.
It's awesome. And then on top of that, we added kind of like the shadowy hero kind of thing from a lot of old school Japanese movies. This is the rice paddy hat, and you could put it on either figure. And then also the cloak, I think it's called a muffler. Mm-hmm. And then you could put it on either character. They're all kind of like set up right now. I put it on there, but going to get a little squirrely if we do that.
So you can see it at San Diego Comic-Con when they're on display at the Hasbro booth with a booth number that I do not currently have memorized off the top of my head, but we'll report back on for the next fan stream. Great news, it's the same booth we've been in for years.
It's the giant one that when you walk in?
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, it says Hasbro on it?
Yeah.
And also, a nice little detail you put in there was that handle inside the hat.
Oh,
as
yes.
well, so it could, yeah, please.
So the idea here was to make a shield. So you can take the hat off and use it as a shield. Yeah. And I thought it'd be kind of cool. And I had these like little razors on the edge.
Yeah.
Also on Slice, he has his sai that was sculpted into his arm. We made it a removable part because it's classified. It's what you do. Anyways, Slice and Dice. We're going on a mile a minute here.
I mean, it's worth it. That's a great set of figures.
There's a lot of stuff in here.
Super pumped.
So Slice and Dice are a Hasbro Pulse exclusive offering. So for any of those Hasbro Pulse Premium members, you have an exclusive 1-hour window to pre-order this item starting at 12 p.m. Eastern Time and then 1 o'clock Eastern Time for all of our other friends. It's been a while since we've done this, so we get excited.
It's been a while. My beard
while.
grew back.
Your beard
grew.
Not that would take it any time, anyways. But,
so we're going to move on to the next pre-order item.
Yoink.
Let's bring out next. What do you think of our friend Budo?
Oh, what a great follow-up.
Excellent, thank you. That was a clean segue. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
So Budo, we won the push.
Excellent.
Budo is a deluxe figure.
Beautiful.
What you're seeing here is Budo in his, I would say, armored up version. So we wanted to play into the idea that Budo has a legacy in his family of samurai. So what you're seeing here is Budo in his grandfather's samurai armor.
Amazing.
So all of the pieces are removable. So as you see here, his vest is removable. His grass cloak is removable. His I'll spin it so you guys can see it. He has his long sword, Dai Katana sheath is in the back. He's actually holding his Dai Katana. His tanto in his other hand, and then he has his katana in the sheath currently. And then his girdle armor is also removable, and it could swap with his more modern gear. In the more modern gear, we wanted to go with this kind of more special forces mixed with Japanese samurai vibe, which is based on the old school toy. We kind of push it a little further. We put more of a split mail. We put more scales on it, which is really, I'm super pumped about this figure. It's going to be super fun. What we're not showing you, actually, what we're not having on here is his samurai armor. The shin pads actually go on his shins as well to really update it even more. But I wanted to show that parts and pieces are exchangeable on here. So it's kind of like a, lack of a better word, dress up.
Yeah.
Armor up.
But I mean, that's kind of how we've always talked about G.I. Joe figures, is that they really just are, they're action figures that play dress up. And it's so cool, especially as you're, again, with the world of and all of that world building, creating all of these kind of modular parts and pieces so that you can really customize your G.I. Joe story. That's what we hear from fans over and over again, is how as kids, you didn't, like, you may have read the file cards, but you made up your own stories for your action figures to
100%.
Their own adventures for them to go on. And so I think being able to kind of update this for this new generation of action figure collectors and kids who get to experience that is so cool. And I mean, like, the level of detail in all of these pieces, it may not come across great on camera right now, but just the texturing, the amount of detail, and I know the work that both of you and our entire development team put into this is absolutely next level. These are gorgeous.
Speaking of work that the whole team put in from a color standpoint, I think we were having some issues with the old school figure. If you guys remember, the green was a little bright. Yep. So I was like, Tony, I don't know what to do here.
Let's dock it.
Let's dock it.
But yeah, no, it still has that homage like that.
We got problems.
Nice.
We got problems, and I love every one of them.
But yeah, that's it. We just took that old O-ring feel and just kind of give it a bit of a darker tone. The grays went a little bit more muted. And then I love the face. Of course, I always talk about the face prints every time. But this was just more kind of, we were thinking about it more of like a Ronin type look, a wandering samurai type situation. Yeah. So we gave him some really cool facial hair. Something that you don't see is under this helmet, under the traditional helmet, is his classic looking face with the tight and a top bun, which is really funny because it just looks like this little nugget here, which you probably won't be able to see. But there's a top knot that is removable from the top of his head.
It makes the helmet fit better.
That makes the helmet fit better. But I love that this when the sculpt first came in, I was like, what is this? What is
That's actually the seed that grows another one.
Yeah, that's right. I love the way the modern update to the classic helmet too. It's just, once you guys see those photos and the renders and see him in his classic armor as well, I think you're going to be really excited. And also, can I talk about one more thing?
Yes,
yeah, get in.
You can talk about one more thing, and then we have to move on to the next item.
Lenny putting on that classic.
Oh, the Japanese logo? The Japanese logo is so on point.
So good.
It's
we need to get it in the line somewhere, and he was the perfect character for it.
Nailed it.
Amazing. Perfect. Well, so Budo is part of our mainline offering, which means that he is going to be available wherever fine toys are sold. But pre-orders, again, for Budo will launch at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Hasbro Pulse, and again, wherever lovely fine toys are sold.
Lovely fine toys.
Lovely fine toys today. All right, so last but not least, we've been talking about this one for a while. People are pretty excited about it. So let's bring out our MMS and our friend Hawk.
Yes. As you guys can tell, we took the SMS and we G.I. Joe-ified it. So you can see here, we really went with the G.I. Joe green that we all know and love. What's cool is it will tow onto the Vamp and the All-Striker.
Nice.
Which is really exciting.
This is a really practical tow behind for an All-Striker.
It's a big All-Striker. The All-Striker's pretty big, to tell you guys the truth. And it was a big toy back in the day comparatively to the Vamp, so it is a large all-terrain vehicle.
I rescind my comment.
I rescind. Gotta roll the tongue on that one.
My apologies.
I rescind. So we have Colonel Hawk here, as you guys can see. His visor will flip up like such, which I'm really excited about. Yes. He has his con on there. Let's take his helmet off, because I want to show everybody. I was very inspired by the old school comic and how... Look at that flat top. You can put a coffee.
Amazing.
You can put a coffee on top of that thing.
That's funny in the line.
Yeah.
That's why I said it. Look at that thing. It's a table. Anyways, we're really excited. His name's on there. We also have the grease gun in the back on his holster. And maybe I'll spin it the other way. Sorry about that. And then it comes with, again, the blast effects that makes it, like, to really set the battlefield out here. And, of course, the rocking feature on the MMS is still there, which is really exciting. And of course it turns for what a setup you need to do. And we thought it was a really good connection to put the two of them together. If I'm remembering correctly, believe my research when I was doing it, they're in the box together under the MMS. So I wanted him to be with him in the offering. So really exciting set. Some really fun new parts here. Love the head sculpt. I mean, look at that dude.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Just all the colors are working so well together too. And just, it breathes G.I. Joe.
Yes. Yeah, sure. I think we nailed the green here. And I think it's going to work across the line, so I'm really pumped.
Tony, was it interesting working on, I guess both of you could answer this question, but having, I know that you did with Outback, where you did kind of young Outback and then kind of old man Outback. What is it like to get to work on what is essentially the same character at two kind of different points in their lives?
Buddy? You work very close with that sculptor and input. So
we had to down age him. So we looked at the old school sculpt, and there were some landmarks that we wanted to keep. So working with Matt, our sculptor, it was like, how do we down age him, essentially? So I did my input. I'm like, here's what I think he kind of looks like. Then we go to the sculpt, and we work it out. And it's like, yeah, it's close to the input, but like maybe his jowls are a little tighter. But you got to keep like his nose correct, because maybe it's a little smaller than when he's older. So it's really fun to go back and forth. But I got to say, Matt kind of nailed it on the first round. Maybe it was like one round, maybe a half round, where like little things zhuzhing here and there. But figure came out awesome. I love this portrait. I love the fade. The factory did a really good job executing the fade from like, how like when blonde hair is tighter, it's darker, and then when it's taller, it's a little lighter. So it has a really nice, realistic vibe to it. So I'm pumped. I'm
Love
pumped
it.
here. Yeah. This guy's excited.
Look at that. Just look at that.
Couldn't tell that either of you were excited today.
Yeah. Yojo June.
Yojo, is there anything you would like to add to this, Tony? As an insight?
No, he covered a lot of it. The panel, as he's kind of pulling from right now, is removable, just like on the previous. But just again, this screams G.I. Joe to me. Yeah, all the little decals that you show this.
Oh yeah,
this
that's
action
right.
too. This is actually my favorite design that you put in there.
Oh, the hydraulic system, the little levers that work the hydraulic system. Of course, they're sculpted in, so they don't work. But those little details like that, I think, really help the photography come to life. And that's kind of part of some of the design elements that we choose. We're like, what's going to make photography really pop? Because we know it's such a huge part of the collector community in this hobby. So we want to help bring that to life.
I think it adds to all the realism too. It's the textures, it's those little details that you don't necessarily need to have, but having it makes it even more special.
Yeah.
And the fact they had the foresight that this tow hooker is adjustable to different vehicles I love that.
Yeah.
It worked out.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, so great news. I have no idea how long we've been talking for, but I'm sure
forever.
It's fine. We once did a super live show where we talked for 2 hours and had no idea.
That was crazy.
I remember that. Oh, I sure do.
We're still talking.
So just as a quick recap, so we did our 2 name-only reveals for today. That was our
Steel Core Sentry with Defense Post.
beautiful and our
Desert Scorpion and Pet Scorpion.
perfect. And then we did our 3 digital render reveal / recaps, which were our All Striker and our new Legacy Police Officer and our Renegades Sergeant Slaughter and Mercer 2-pack.
Yes.
And then we have 3 pre-orders going live today. We have our Ninja Force Slice and Dice that will be our Hasbro Pulse exclusive, 12 p.m. Eastern Time for Hasbro Pulse Premium members, 1 p.m. Eastern Time for all other fans. Then we have Budo, who is a deluxe figure who is available at Hasbro Pulse and wherever fine toys are sold. And then we have Hawk and our MMS, which is going to be a Fanmazon item, which is essentially toy specialty retailers, Amazon, and Hasbro Pulse, with pre-orders launching live at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So I know that people are probably watching going, I wanted more pre-orders today. We've got a whole month. You're going to see us every week. We had to space this stuff out. So on that note, we will see you again next week with some more amazing news. Don't forget to follow along with all of RPM's amazing Cold Slither updates at Cold Slither Official. And other than that, we will see you next week. And we're going to do a Yojo to close her out.
Absolutely.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Yojo!
Hey, G.I. Joe fans. 2 quick things now that the stream is over and Lenny and Tony have left and gone somewhere else. First, now that everybody is in the know on kind of who is behind our amazing Cold Slither activation for this year, wanted to give you a behind-the-scenes look at Zartan, our shadowy front man, warming up. So we're going to throw it over to Gus for a quick check-in. Amazing. I cannot wait to see more of our Cold Slither activation at San Diego Comic-Con this year, especially the phenomenal concert that we have planned. So we hope to see you all there. And again, to stay in the loop on all of the latest Cold Slither information, make sure you are checking out those official social channels. But don't think I don't remember that Luddy and Tony waited until I left on the last fan stream to drop that information about Cold Slither. So now I am going to be returning the favor. So great news. I am happy to announce that we are officially launching our next G.I. Joe Classified Series HasLab at the end of Yojo June. But, it's cool. I don't begrudge them hanging out until the end of the stream to drop some information. But, the next HasLab, it's pretty chill. We're really excited about it. So stay tuned for more information. So again, the campaign will be launching before the end of Yojo June. So more information to come for the rest of the month, and stay tuned. Keep it frosty. Have a great time, and we'll see you soon.